As part of my internet company that I worked with, I had a lot of relationships in a business-to-business environment. One of the ways that I established a good clientele or a good business was I went out to other organizations who had similar clients and like-minded people, and we networked together. So as I had this opportunity to work with these other organizations in a B2B fashion, I saw what I perceived to be a lot of inefficiencies in the way business was done. And so as I was running my little internet company that I was running for 8 years, much longer than I had originally intended, I always was attracted to the idea of being an influencer in the way people did business. And so I kind of put my feelers out there and thought about, what would it take for me to jump into this organization, not as in a B2B relationship, but in a consulting or a coaching relationship to influence their processes, to influence the way they drove business. And I thought that I could have a really positive impact in their profitability. Well, I found Scott and I found the Griffin Hill system. And I distinctly remember that I came with really 2 questions. And those 2 questions were, how do I sell an entrepreneur or a business owner that I could run their business more effectively than them? And how do I avoid the perpetual sales cycle? And I didn't know the answers to those. And as I started talking with Scott and really looking at the Griffin Hill system, I really didn't have any concept of what the system provided and really how it answered those 2 questions. So as I began to really dive in and do some due diligence around what the Griffin Hill system offered, it gave me answers really to those 2 questions. And the answers were really pretty fundamental and simple. The answers that the Griffin Hill system provides you is just that. It provides you a system. You cannot wing consulting. If you wing consulting, you're going to have a hard time ever landing clients. And you will always be caught in the proverbial, I'm a consultant, oh, you're unemployed trap. But with system, and especially when we have the ability to focus on a sales system, every entrepreneur or every manager of sales or every C-level executive intimately cares about sales. They may not care about their other processes. They may not care about or think that you have anything of value. But if you bring value to drive revenue through sales, you will be able to find business. And then the system provides longevity. What's great about the Griffin Hill system is it provides you the ability to create long-lasting relationships because of this system. Those were ideas that I had no concept of. Was intrigued by the idea of consulting and coaching, but had no idea how to answer them. So as I looked at and started doing my due diligence on the Griffin Hill system, it became very clear and very apparent that by abiding to the system, I could create a demand for the service of consulting and coaching, and more importantly, I could create long-lasting relationships that would enable me to avoid the perpetual sales cycle of being that consultant.